2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Monday the 20th of July. Happy birthday to Carlos Santana, Giselle Bundchen and Sandra Oh.
7.
As the government accelerates unlocking with new relaxation on rules for work from the 1st of August and plans for localised lockdown in the case of outbreaks, we heard from Prime Minister Boris Johnson that he has high hopes that the UK can get coronavirus under control in time for Santa to visit safely.
It is my strong and sincere hope that we will be able to review the outstanding restrictions and allow a more significant return to normality from November at the earliest, possibly in time for Christmas.
But vaccine experts aren't quite so sure. Professor Danny Altman of Imperial College London sounds a note of caution.
In science, details really matter, and this isn't just, a race to the top of the scoreboard. This isn't the Eurovision Song Contest. This is real life. And the vaccines may be very different. So the logistics and workability of a vaccine that gives you protection for 5 years may be terribly different to a vaccine that needs a boost every 6 months. One would work and one simply wouldn't. And we so need to care about those details. And until we see how they behave, we just don't know those answers. But they really will matter. And I really would urge people to look at the details and compare them side by side.
19-year-old Harry Dunn died after a road accident outside RAF Croughton almost a year ago. The American woman suspected of involvement fled to the US after claiming diplomatic immunity. Now, as Boris is due to meet US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, his mother has issued an emotional plea for justice.
Can you please discuss Harry? We've been assured that he's high on your list of priorities to discuss amongst all of the other important global issues that you have surrounding you, but please make him top priority. It's been nearly a year. Please don't let this roll into a second year. We've got his anniversary coming up, which is going to be beyond painful for us.
Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab says that the government supports the family, but there's little that can be done if Anne Sakoulis doesn't want to return to the UK.
We've consistently raised this with the US, but there's no measures that we could, I think, credibly, realistically take, which is somehow going to force the US or indeed Anne Sakoulis to comply with this. We have at every level raised this. I've raised it, we've raised it in Washington, the Prime Minister's raised it with President Trump, and we will continue to make clear we're on the side of the family here.
5.
Donald Trump sat with Fox News' Chris Wallace for an extensive interview which aired on Sunday. Unusually for a Trump interview, there was some fairly rigorous fact-checking, and Donald was not allowed to wriggle his way out of trouble. And he's still talking about the cognitive test he took.
Let him take the same test that I took.
Incidentally, I took the test too when I heard that you passed it.
Yeah, how did you do it?
Well, it's not the hardest test.
No, but
there's a picture and it says, what's that? And it's an elephant.
No. You see, that's all misrepresentation.
Well, that's what it was on the web.
It's all misrepresentation. Because, yes, the first few questions are easy, but I'll bet you couldn't even answer the last 5 questions. I'll bet you couldn't. They get very hard.
Well, one of them was count back from 100 by 7.
He's also pretty defensive about the book by his niece Mary Trump and her claims about Donald's family life.
My father I think he was the most solid person I've ever met. And he was a very good person. He was a very, very good person. He was strong, but he was good. For her to say the kind of things, a psychopath, that he was a psychopath, anybody that knew Fred Trump would call him a psychopath. And you know what? If he was, I would tell you.
4.
NHS fundraising legend Captain Tom Moore was knighted on Friday in the Queen's first public appearance since lockdown. He's still incredibly modest about raising more than £30 million for the NHS.
It was just a little family set-up to have a little joke. By the time I got 100, we do 100 laps. And that's what we set out. But then they seem to got bigger and bigger and bigger until now. But never ever for a minute did we anticipate the sort of money now that is coming in. I mean, maybe I was the trigger of it to begin with, but not now. It's the National Health Service who are doing such a magnificent job for us all.
It was FA Cup semi-finals weekend and Arsenal beat Man City 2-0 and last night Chelsea beat Man United 3-1 to set up a London derby for the FA Cup final in August. 21-year-old Chelsea striker and goalscorer Mason Mount had this message for the fans.
Hi Chelsea fans, buzzing to win the semi-final. Obviously now big, looking forward to the final. We missed you all today, not being here at the game, but we felt your support, everyone watching, and hopefully we can finish the season off with a massive trophy. Cheers.
On the 4th of July, Kanye West declared that he was entering the US presidential race. Since then, there's been a wave of speculation about whether he would or wouldn't actually run. He appeared last night at a rally in South Carolina with 2020 shaved into his head and made his first rally speech, which was pretty out there.
My mom saved my life. My dad wanted to abort me. My mom saved my life. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy.
It's still not really clear what's going on, but someone needs to give that man a hug. This weekend saw the death of civil rights legend John Lewis. The US congressman had an extraordinary life. He was right beside Martin Luther King at the birth of the civil rights movement and was badly beaten during protests on the US's Bloody Sunday in 1965. Here he is in March 1963 on the same platform as Luther King on the day of the I Have a Dream speech.
But we will march with the spirit of love and with the spirit of dignity that we have shown here today. We must say, wake up, America, wake up, for we cannot stop, and we will not and cannot be patient.
This has been the Smart 7. Be smart and wear a mask. We've got an Alexa skill now, so enable us and then just say, Alexa, play the Smart 7. We're back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.